from the Mayan Popol Vuh, from the ancient civilization of the Mayans. It was translated by a Catholic friar, so we have to keep that bias in mind. They went down to Xibalba. Now remember, Xibalba is the underworld. Quickly going down the face of the cliff, and they crossed through the chains of canyons. They passed right through the birds, the ones called throng birds, and then they crossed Pus River and Blood River, intended as traps by Xibalba. They did not step in, but simply crossed over on their blowguns, and then they went on over to the crossroads. But they knew about the roads of Xibalba: Black Road, White Road, Red Road, Green Road. That's interesting. Why would they give the colors of the names? I wonder if that has a significance behind it. As if, like, the Red Road will have, like, something more, like love temptation or something. If the Green Road is, like, has plants or something. I'm not sure. But I wonder if it'll explain later what the significance of the colors is. And there they summoned that creature named the mosquito, having heard that he's a spy. The mosquito is the spy. You know that expression that you hear, like, oh, I wish I was a fly on the wall at that meeting. Well, you could also say now, I wish I was a mosquito in the underworld. Not really, but you know what I mean. They sent him ahead. Bite them one by one. First, bite the first one seated there. Then bite every last one of them, and it will be yours alone to suck the blood of the people in the roads, the mosquito was told. Very well, replied the mosquito. Then he took Black Road and stopped at the two mannequins, or wood carvings, that were seated first. They were all dressed up, and he bit the first of them. It didn't speak, so he bit it again. When he bit the one seated second, again it didn't speak. And then he bit the third one, the one seated third actually being One Death. So remember, the demons, they have names, so one of them is named One Death. Okay? Yow, each one said as he was bitten. What? Each one replied. Ouch, said One Death. What is it, One Death? Something's bitten me. It's ouch. There's something that's bitten me, the one seated fourth said next. What is it, Seven Death? Something's bitten me, the one seated fifth spoke next. Ow, ow, he said. What, Scab Stripper? So remember, Scab Stripper is one of the name of the demons, so think about that kind of name. You know, it kind of tells you what that demon does. A scab, you know what a scab is, like when you get a scar and then there's that hard skin. I guess that demon, like, he takes them off. Whee, that would be scary. What, Scab Stripper? Seven Death said to him. Something's bitten me, he said next. The one seated sixth was bitten. Ouch! What is it, Blood Gatherer? Scab Stripper said to him. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated seventh was bitten. Ouch! He said next. What is it, Demon of Pus? Blood Gatherer said to him. Something's bitten me, he said next. The one seated eighth was bitten next. Ouch! He said next. What is it, Demon of Jaundice? Jaundice, Blood Gatherer, Demon of Pus, Scab Stripper. These demons have very interesting names. Demon of Pus said to him next. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated ninth was bitten next. Okay, I want $1 for every time this story says the word next. It's a bit redundant. Ouch, he said. What is it, Bone Scepter? Demon of Jaundice said to him. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated 10th in order was bitten next. Ouch! What is it, Skull Scepter? Said Bone Scepter. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated 11th was bitten next. Ouch! He said next. What is it, Wing? Skull Scepter said to him next. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated 12th was bitten next. Ouch! He said next. What, Packstrap? He was asked next. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated 13th was bitten next. Ouch! What is it, Bloody Teeth? Oh, Bloody Teeth! Whoa, that's like a if somebody was like, have you ever had a bloody nose? And then like you don't go back, but you kind of just like stay there, and then sometimes the blood gets in your mouth, and you smile in the mirror, and your mouth's all full of blood. That'd be so scary to see like a demon with like a bloody mouth, right? Packstrap said to him. Something's bitten me, he said next. Then the one seated 14th was bitten next. Ouch, something's bitten me, he said next. Bloody claws? Bloody teeth, said to him next. And such was the naming of their names. They named them all among themselves. They shoved their faces and they named their names, each one named by the one ranking above him, and naming in turn the name of the one seated next to him. There wasn't a single name they missed, naming every last one of their names when they were bitten by the hair that Juanapu had plucked from his own shin. It wasn't really a mosquito that bit them. It went to hear all their names for Juanapu and Cipalanque. Oh, that's clever to hear the names of the demons. Okay, what? Okay. Prediction, family. The names might be able like when King Solomon, didn't he know the names of the demon or have something where he was able to control them? I think Juanapu and Zibalanque, finding out the name, maybe they'll be able to do something to the demons in Xibalba, I think. Who was Rumpelstiltskin is an old legend, myth that would say like if he would play tricks on you, and you would sign a bad contract, if you knew his name, Rumpelstiltskin, you could get out of the contract. So let's see what they do. After that, Juanapu and Cipalanque went on, and then they came to where the Xibalbans were. Bid the lords good day, said someone who was seated there. It was a deceiver who spoke. These aren't lords. These are mannequins, wood carvings, they said as they came up. And after that, they bid them good morning. Morning, one death. Okay, this is a little interesting. Oh my goodness, look. Morning, one death. Morning, scab stripper. Morning, demon of pus. Morning, bone scepter. Morning, wing. Morning, bloody teeth. Morning, seven death. Morning, blood gatherer. Morning, demon of jaundice. Morning, skull scepter. Morning, pack strap. Morning, bloody claws. That's interesting. In the underworld, they're saying good morning. They said when they arrived, and all their identities were accounted for. They named every one of their names. There wasn't a single name they missed. When this was required of them, no name was omitted by them. Sit here, they were told. They were wanted on the bench, but they didn't want it. Why didn't they want to go on the bench? This bench isn't for us. It's just a stone slab for cooking, said Juanapu and Cipalanque. They were not defeated. Very well, just get in the house, they were told. And after that, they entered a dark house. They were not defeated there. This was the first test they entered in Xibalba. And as far as Xibalbans were concerned, they were as good as defeated. Interesting. So you know how like we went down, like the mosquito like pricked each one of them and then revealed their names, but we didn't find out yet if the names, them knowing the names was important. Now it did say the Xibalbans were concerned they were as good as defeated. But how? All we've done so far is identify the names of all the demons, which we as readers knew, but Juanapu and Cipalanque did not know. So let's see where it goes, family. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do next. Those two trickster kids is just terrible.